Verifiably in 1998, I signed contractual agreements to work for the then CIA and allies of the United States of America, if they ever opted in for it in the future. I never heard back from them. In 2018, a global consortium of clandestine operators who call themselves Jasmine reached out to me. They knew I signed the contractual agreements with the CIA back in 1998. They say they've gone lawfully rogue and independent and claim, and it seems to me to be true, literally trying to change the world so it is far better in fact-based proven ways you can help with and verify are indeed far better for humanity and what really matters to reasonably healthy thinking humans globally who have feelings for other giving humans. So do not embrace things like MAGA, Donald Trump, Putin, and that type of mentality globally. And this global consortium of clandestine operators who call themselves Jasmine claim they cannot lawfully do everything that is necessary to make the world astoundingly better unless a regular citizen, such as myself, starts this and others join in, all of their own volition. And so far, I have no help I can rely on. So as I understand it, at some point prior to 2018, this global consortium of clandestine operators, or whoever it really is, proceeded to position my life in such a way that I could help them and would have no other reasonable choice but to help them. With the positive and public-facing, but admittedly, truly superficially, completely unfathomable part of how they are going to change the world. So you could say they put me in a bit of a pickle, predicament, or situation where I have no real choice but to help them with the public-facing portions of what they are doing to change the world so it gets astoundingly better worldwide. So that is part of why these videos look as they do. Pretty humble production value. I am basically on my own as, and these are their words, not my words, their frontman, greaseman, purveyor, and conduit for their information, which admittedly is often off the wall and super abnormal, but as far as I can tell, is or could be completely and totally true and fact-based, and well beyond my expertise and total understanding. So what I have for you is probably far from perfect, but in their words, accurate enough to get this started and moving forward. So basically, you can think of what I have as pointed in the right direction, at least. And those are their words, not mine. And they basically want me to do the following things, amongst other things that I will have in future videos and have talked about in recent videos. The first one, make the most important and impactful announcement, not probably, but definitely in human history. This particular announcement will directly discuss what will, apparently verifiably, create total transparency amongst humans and human dealings globally. Life and human dealings will be so transparent, it will make it so not so good to horrible people get results that are not so good to horrible for them appropriately. And wonderful people's lives will be put on a pedestal so they get better lifestyles and outperform societally and biologically. They also want me to explain how clandestine operators all over the world know how humans can live, producing results globally that are not quite perfect, but far more harmonious and wonderful globally. However, the nefarious minded contingent of people involved who would be exposed by this way of living that is transparent are trying to shut it down, stop it from ever happening. And confusingly, Jasmine, this global consortium of clandestine operators, must also occasionally interfere as well. Please watch the previous videos for more information on that, and I will elaborate in the future. And they want me to demonstrate how to live totally transparently and in this way that they know is possible, that I just mentioned. Eventually, in absolute harmony that is not perfect, but pretty darn close to it once it's set up properly. And full disclaimer, what they want me to demonstrate is a modernizable version of how humans used to live in near perfect harmony globally prior to 2,000 years ago, that no one currently lives in the public eye. And they say they have been testing this way to live for generations now out of the public eye and know it works for truly giving humans of all types and does not work at all for nefarious-minded humans. And they have tested it ad nauseum. So if it is lived properly and properly protected, it automatically uprights the world and lawfully takes it away from nefarious-minded people and gives it to wonderful, harmonious people again, like it used to be, apparently, approximately 2,000 years ago. And this way to live is harmonious and wonderful, so it is very respectful, lawful, and allows giving humans to behave much more naturally. This is an optionally modernizable, more natural, transparent, and engaging way to take care of your body, emotions, and desires that is comprehensively healthiest for you and humanity, because it also connects us, makes us happy, and other things that are verifiably comprehensively healthy for virtually all, but definitely not literally all humans globally, because the reality is there are despicable people in the world. This way to live is not only made possible through total transparency, only wonderful, reasonable people thrive in, that ancient people achieved by simply creating great human matches that were exceedingly better and health focused. So people who were grouped together want to stay together virtually all the time, doing what giving, caring, healthy thinking people who absolutely adore each other do naturally without any obligations, domination, rules, or laws necessary. It is truly a harmonious way to live that is in line with your biology, with nothing assumed, for optimal but not perfect health. And as this video series name, 2K Crazy Knots, implies, before I can do anything with other people involved, it is best that I first establish that I am, and as these clandestine operators put it, and all due respect to anybody who has mental illness, obviously not crazy with a C, as in not mentally ill, or crazy with a K, not doing this focused selfishly. Watch my 3 previous videos for more information in all regards, because the situation is very complicated and bizarre, and how I have described it is bordering on grossly oversimplified. And if you take just this video, you will be misled. You need to read the website and watch the other videos. But everything I have said so far, and most of what I will say, are facts people can verify are actually true according to the clandestine operators I work with and my analysis as a capital markets researcher. So don't believe anything I say or do. You don't have to imagine it's real or that I'm being honest. You can literally verify me and everything I say. It is also not necessary to involve me at all in any way. I'm just bringing this to you because it seems best. As for me, I am not perfect, of course, but I am verifiably amongst the most verifiably credible, comprehensively healthy people worldwide, according to these clandestine operators. And I would encourage you to lawfully, appropriately verify everything about me. And I have been like this since childhood, verifiably. To do that, to verify who I am and what I'm saying, the first step is to go to our website and reach out via the contact information. The website is on the screen right now. And to bolster that, at the coaxing of these clandestine operators who go by the name Jasmine, I am offering any verifiably reasonable person 24-hour a day, 365-day a year video, GPS, and in-person monitoring for the rest of my life, if you need that, to be confident about who I really am. So even though I am extremely afraid people are going to assume I'm mentally ill, putting me squarely in the tinfoil hat club, as they say, or trying to get attention, and remember, you can verify who I am by going to the website and learn how to confirm who I really am and my state of mind and how healthy I am thinking in virtually every way possible. Verifiably, there is a remote precision biologic affecting system, weapon, and human fact gathering thing called Kaleidoscope, but it goes by other street names. This remote precision biologic affecting system named Kaleidoscope, for all intents and purposes, can manipulate any biology such that it can really do virtually anything with mammalian, including your body and brain. For example, it can access anyone's neurology and determine not only whether you are telling the truth or not, people using it can literally see your thought stream as it is happening and alter it so you think other things and additional things, and they can see how you are formulating those thoughts, because your thoughts and feelings are just brain chemistry that apparently they can see and manipulate quite easily and accurately with precision. Like you can modify chemistry in something like the common microwave kitchen simply by putting something in the microwave and turning it on, even though you can't see what is doing that visually. Kaleidoscope can also do that, and much more, and with precision, without anyone realizing it, including the recipient of the effect, unless they want you to know that it is happening, which I can personally attest is very eerie and super scary if you think about it and you aren't used to it. Verifiably, they have been doing that and other things to me since 2018. For example, they can put voices in your head so you think you are mentally ill, deranged, paranoid, or speaking to God, and other things like that. They can also do things like make your eyelids twitch, make you see or not see something or someone, make you raise or lower your arm, make you walk one direction or the other. They can affect your feelings towards something, literally access the chemistry or biology that are your memories. And as crazy as it sounds, literally sort of read your mind and experiences because they can remotely see your brain chemistry that is your thoughts as they happen in real time. As I understand it, they can also see and understand your DNA and immune system and alter it so you get cancer or cure something in your body. They can make you feel aroused sexually. They can make you feel like you have to go to the bathroom even though you don't need to. They have literally demonstrated to me that they very likely, and according to them, definitely can see pathogens and bacteria before and after they enter the body and see what those pathogens and bacteria or whatever other contaminants are doing in your body and mind. They can also see why relationships aren't working globally. They can see not only how you are thinking and feeling about something or someone, but why you are thinking what you are thinking and position you such that you don't think that anymore without actually changing your mind or what you're thinking with Kaleidoscope. So they can change your mind and actions without using Kaleidoscope to change your mind and instead use external stimulus like things and people to change your mind. They explicitly asked me to mention that. And they have gone to great lengths over years to demonstrate all of this to me ad nauseum. Like, it is obviously true. Most of it. Some of it is difficult to prove to the person you're doing it to. So there is a little bit of caveat on some of this stuff. But almost all of it not. It is obviously true. Like, there is no doubt in my mind that they are expert at doing all of these things. But that's not everything. They say they can tell that and how the human species evolved by looking at human biology and other animals like primates. They can also use mammalian creatures like hummingbirds and pigeons or dogs and even other humans to infiltrate and spy on people without using Kaleidoscope, the technology, directly on another person's brain. I'm sure what Kaleidoscope can do is not endless, but it sure seems extremely versatile. And they've done that in so many ways, I can't even remember them all over the years they've been doing it. While this Jasmine group says Kaleidoscope cannot do absolutely everything, I can't think of anything they have not demonstrated to me. And without getting too far into the weeds, because they can alter what you think and see how you are coming up with things you think, perceive, imagine, and similar, they can literally prove there is no higher power or other assumed magic anywhere affecting you or anyone else whatsoever, because they can see exactly how the chemistry or biology in your body and brain is working. And it is completely absent any unexplainable or unverifiable outside force or energy or similar. So religion and assumed magic establishments, philosophies, and other made-up ideas will go by the wayside for rational people globally. And that includes ideas about consciousness and similar being some magical, unexplained state or condition that humans are experiencing. In fact, they can prove all humans are just animals that think more complexly and are self aware or similar. I am not an expert on this stuff, and I don't get totally clear instructions on what to say all the time. So I can't explain it exactly correctly, but hopefully you get the point of what I'm trying to say. And because these clandestine operators have access to all this people information or people facts, have been studying humans for so long, and now understand everything that affects us and how it works and how to change it in the best way, they came up with a strategy called PFAX, a people-focused, adaptive, truly comprehensive tactical strategy for creating total global harmony for virtually everyone that isn't perfect harmony. Parts of it are definitely military-esque, so super scary, vicious, and at times brutal. But in their words, and my understanding now, is that that is necessary to thwart the clever, lying men who aren't mean, just taking and mischievous, assuming they know what they're doing, and they evidently do not. Part of the PFAX strategy is positive and harmonious, though. According to Jasmine, I am a frontman, greaseman, purveyor, and conduit for their information on only that part of PFAX. I know very little about the rest of their PFAX global strategy for harmony, and what I do know, I'm going to put on these videos. However, what I am doing, the positive, harmonious part that any citizen can at least try to live, is simply a group of people coordinating and collaborating. We named it Confluence Infinite International. And you can go to our website, confluenceinfinite.org, on the screen right now, and read about it. We're getting at truly comprehensive health according to the facts you can verify. But you don't need Kaleidoscope to verify things. I or we can verify those facts ourselves with some initial assistance from Jasmine via Kaleidoscope. We welcome you to join and help us if you are a truly verifiably healthy human-focused person who is buoyed or benefits from more transparency and supports harmonious living and transparency globally. Everyone is a volunteer at Confluence Infinite International, and part of what I'm supposed to do is inspire and inform people about how to live verifiably in the comprehensively healthiest ways. There are multiple ways to live this way, so this is a diversity leading way to live, not just leaning. And I'm going to demonstrate but one way you can live it that is supposedly extremely mainstream if you look at the innate female desire and biology without social norms. And supposedly, and according to my analysis, if we live this way and grow it so it becomes popular globally, it will literally change the dismal trajectory and current plight of humanity and our planet by solving local as well as global problems, and not just crime, on the individual, personal, and family levels before those things, people, and problems get to the community, regional, and global levels of society. So wonderful people don't have to sacrifice anymore cleaning up the messes of not so good to horrible people who take from truly verifiably healthy human-focused people, placate them, and functionally enslave us in a rat race lifestyle that is disproportionately beneficial for the takers, which causes the most giving people to underperform societally and biologically, and instead living not giving to takers, but giving to certain types of givers, will change the trajectory of humanity permanently and truly comprehensively, saving wonderful people from this taking, warring, litigious rat race existence or context within which we all live. As we put it, that focuses the most truly giving people, truly verifiably healthy human focused people, more on taking and escaping than their preferred and best focus for them and the rest of humanity and their surroundings. I am supposed to educate people about that and demonstrate this way to live in this video series on 2K Crazy Nuts, which you are watching the 4th video of right now, where I am helping you live in line with your biology with nothing assumed for optimal health. So where does this kaleidoscope thing come in with all this? In the right hands to ensure total transparency to who people really are, behaviorally, mentally, and biologically. Kaleidoscope is not only a 100% accurate lie detector that will eventually render all courts of law and attorneys' jobs completely unnecessary globally, it can oust every nefarious-minded person who exists and reveal every secret every person has. It can also usher in a new type of weapon that is horrendously impactful if it falls in the wrong hands. And most wonderful thing humans can have in the world if it is controlled by wonderful people who are diligent about keeping it away from not so good to horrible people like clever lying men and takers, because it creates total transparency in the hands of wonderful people, which is who has it now, Jasmine. But nefarious-minded people globally are actively trying to stop this, trying to infiltrate and interfere with it, distract it from doing the wonderful work it could do. So we ultimately have to stop and cannot change the trajectory of humanity so it is harmonious and most harmonious for truly verifiably healthy human-focused people worldwide, and less harmonious for taking people. For example, takers who promote magical assumptions knowing they are not real because it benefits them, Kaleidoscope puts an end to that deception and assumption that there is any higher power or real magic anywhere. And that is gargantuan and verifiable by anyone reasonable. And knowing that will be wonderful for the world because it will largely remove massive distractions humans have been distracted by since humans have been recording time, which, if you live truly comprehensively healthy, is absolutely unnecessary to do, by the way, because who wants to keep time anyway? There is a whole lot more to this, and virtually all of it is super complicated and beyond my expertise. But what I can tell you is that transparency to whom people really are is available for truly verifiably healthy human-focused people. And that total transparency to the truth is going to usher in a many thousands of years old, modernizable, harmonious, truly comprehensively healthy way for humans to live that was ousted through outright murder long ago by takers and assumers who believed they were doing the right thing without verifying things. That way to live is not only not magical and perfect, like the descriptions of heaven in various ancient books, writings, and scriptures that erroneously attribute its wonderfulness to assumed magic. This way to live purportedly would yield such wonderful but still imperfect results for truly verifiably healthy human-focused people of different types, in part because it assumes nothing people cannot verify, like anything assumed to be magical. Again, and as I've mentioned in the previous videos, I am not an expert on any of this stuff, but I am doing my best. At some point, if it becomes lawful to speak openly, experts on Kaleidoscope and this way to live will fill in the gaps and explain things better for us. I really don't know what I'm doing, and I feel like I'm just making things up as Jasmine and people sort of correct what I say, write, and think as they come up with it. And then they say it's correct. It's bizarre, and I don't like the process. But I've been doing it since 2018, so I've gotten used to it. And maybe at some point, real experts will get involved and stop placating me and assuming I'm deranged and step in and actually try to help me and the world. So we don't have to have or use Jasmine or Kaleidoscope anymore. And we could generate our own ideas and thoughts and test them objectively with science without any help from anyone that is clandestine or otherwise. And if we do that, it will reduce risk to us that would be otherwise catastrophic if somebody infiltrates or messes things up, which assumers inevitably do and have, or something like that. Again, I'm not an expert on this. For now, from what I understand, what is best to do is to continue this video series and going on this world tour that is starting in the lower 48 states of the USA. And when things are set up, go global and live stream and live on the ocean and start trying to start a permanent seastead, which is very difficult to do because people aren't living comprehensively healthy. Where truly verifiably healthy human-focused people solve problems, a permanent seastead where there are only truly verifiably healthy human-focused people, and use that to solve problems in places like the 9-dash line area, where China is aggressively taking the Philippine Islands from the Philippines. In this fourth installment of the 2K Crazy Knots video series, we're building on the CF Bear model that I introduced and discussed briefly in video 3. In this video, video 4, in the 2K Crazy Knots video series, we will be distilling the C part of the CF Bear model, which stands for context. Let's continue that discussion.